What's up, everybody? Welcome back to AI on Crypto. If you are in the Axie Infinity community and you get a lot of your information on YouTube, I'm sure you've been aware of this civil war going on where there's a lot of content creators these days spreading FUD around about Axie Infinity, saying, will SLP recover? Is SLP in trouble? Can Axie Infinity rebound? Well, what we're going to look at today is Axie Infinity really in danger? Has it been doing badly at all? We're going to take a look at this and more and see if these content creators out there have a leg to stand on with their complaints about Axie Infinity. So let's take a look right now. This is AI on Crypto. On this channel, we talk about cryptocurrency prices and trends, altcoin gems, all the things on the blockchain that fill our bags to the max, and we stay far, far away from Wreck City. We cover cryptocurrency content and push out daily videos covering decentralized finance, NFTs, play-to-earn blockchain gaming, and more. So if you're looking for that kind of content, please subscribe to the channel and tap that bell so you don't miss any videos. Welcome to the community. So let's get back to the subject at hand, which is Axie Infinity. What's the state of it? How's it doing? Are all of these content creators onto something here? Is Axie Infinity truly in trouble? Well, let's take a look, guys. So, first of all, what am I talking about with some of this FUD? So, this infamous guy right here, he's calling himself the Crypto King. He was called Axie King a few weeks ago. Then he said he was leaving Axie. If you take a little bit of a look at his timeline here, he starts saying that 2 weeks ago, will SLP recover? And this isn't just the Axie or Crypto King, whatever he calls himself these days. This is not just him, right? There's a lot of people like Classy Axie and others in the community who are really upset that the price of SLP has gone down recently. And you can kind of see it. Like, if you just look at his video titles, it kind of gives you some insight into the nature of this. SLP going down. Axie's economic crisis. Can we solve Axie Infinity's problems? And then it just goes down from there. And then it starts getting personal where he comes out with a video exposing shady business practices. His response to other content creators talking about him, Axie is dying, will XLP survive, etc., etc. Then you have him here this week. He says Axie is saved. I guess SLP went up a little bit to 8 cents. He says Axie is saved. Axie's blowing up, and then my return to Axie. So you have a lot of confusion within the community and within the creators themselves. I'm not trying to call out the Crypto King specifically, but I think this is kind of a good example of just what's kind of some people in the community are going through psychologically right now. A lot of people have put a lot of their eggs into Axie's basket, and when the SLP price goes down, they get very nervous, right? But guys, let's keep it real. Here on AI on Crypto, we started out as a cryptocurrency channel first before we really zeroed in on NFTs and DeFi. So we're used to price volatility as we've been covering Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, XRP, you name it, the Polkadot network. We get down and dirty with DeFi projects, DeFi protocols, altcoins. You name it, we've been in the game. Yield farming, we've seen it all in crypto. So a little price volatility doesn't bother us one bit here on the AI on Crypto channel. So let's look at the actual volume because, in trading, in finance, in market analysis, you want to see, is there activity? And just over the last 24 hours, hey, Axie Infinity's activity is still tremendous. Over 54,000 Axies sold in the last 24 hours, over 4,500 in Ethereum volume, which is absolutely incredible. That's 14 million in the sales in just the last 24 hours. So the volume's still strong on Axie Infinity. Then guys, you got articles coming out like this from News BTC. How Axie Infinity has become the second largest fee generator. This is for 2 days ago. Okay, guys? Axie Infinity on top of the charts. A series of tweets from Coinbase Ventures' Connor Dempsey lays out the short and sweet story quite well. As Dempsey aptly notes, every Axie transaction collects a priced-in fee, either in SLP or AXS. At the time of writing, in the past 24 hours, Axies have generated over 17 million in sales volume, leading the pack when it comes to NFTs. The next closest NFT project on the sales volume chart is Bored Ape Yacht Club, which is just under 9 million. You're reading that right. Axies have nearly doubled the next closest comparable NFT project today. All right, guys, so big news right there. Axie Infinity still to this day is double number 2, right? So here's what happens sometimes. People come in at the top. This doesn't just happen with Axie Infinity. This happens with a lot of cryptocurrency projects. And basically, if you're an Axie Infinity investor that's been with the project for the last 3 years, you've seen sub 25 cent AXS. You've seen SLP for a fraction of a penny, right? So even at 2 and 3 cent SLP, that's high compared to where you've seen it. So that person is going to have a very different perspective than a player or investor that joined the community at a 25 or 30 cent SLP and a $75 AXS, because they're coming in with a certain expectation and knowing a certain thing. And if a coin loses 30-40% in volume, it's quite alarming to that person who might not be accustomed to cryptocurrency type volatility, right? So what we're seeing, though, is that the volume is remaining high with Axie, and that for being a young project with a young and semi-inexperienced team, which is now getting more experience, the truth of the matter is Axie Infinity is doing extremely well. So what is the main beefs from the community? Most of the people are a little bit upset because they want more updates. They feel like more frequent updates will somehow make the price of SLP more consistently high. But that is not how things work. Okay, guys? We know what the team is working on. They're working on an in-house decentralized exchange where you'll be able to swap SLP for Ethereum, for AXS, all on the Ronin chain, so you don't have to go out, leave the Ronin chain, pay a bunch of fees, and come back. That's going to be absolutely huge for breeders. It's going to increase profits. It's going to increase the Axies bred. Okay, the more Axies that are being bred, on the one hand, it seems like it might be a bad thing because the supply goes up. But on the other hand, it's also a sign that the economy is very healthy. In my opinion, you want a lot of breeding going on. So yes, the team could update more, but I think they've given us a nice roadmap and they're not being late on deadlines. There's nothing that I'm seeing that should cause alarm because the Ronin Dex is on the way. Not only that, we know that land play is going to come. And we also know that with land, there's going to be crafting, and that they're going to create an Axie burn mechanism where landowners can literally burn Axies for crafting materials, which will create a deflationary system in the Axie marketplace, which will be great long-term for the Axie price, which will be great for the SLP price. Okay, guys? So calm down a little bit. Axie Infinity is doing just fine. So let's come over here to Tech Times, right? This is just a couple of days ago, right? So very, very recent. Here's a nice price prediction from this investment magazine. AXS price prediction. The truth about Axie Infinity and how its new breeding fee update could affect the game. That's right. So they did listen to the community and they changed the breeding. We'll get to that in a second. Axie Infinity has become one of the highlights of the 2021 as the NFT game rose to popularity. So then it goes down here and it shows you the new breeding cost. So now one breed, the first breed is going to cost 600 SLP. That's up from 300. Then the second breed will be 900, 1500, 2400, etc. So now, and also the amount of AXS needed per breed has been cut in half. This is going to put the weight much more heavily on SLP, which in theory should increase the demand for SLP. Also, being that AXS amount needed has gone down, This means that breeders can do more breeds for each AXS that they have, which will also increase the demand for SLP. Okay, so let's just kind of skip to the bottom here. Axie Infinity breeding fee update. So according to the page, the Axie economy still needs to be balanced by actually rewarding the players' immediate efforts with supporting the game's long-term plan for community growth. It was noted that there are still some considerations that can be quite hard for some of the community members to be able to grasp, especially if they are new. Axie notes that they need tens of millions of Axies for the future onboarding rush, which is expected with the launch of their Ronin decks, as well as Battles V2. The website itself notes that they will be having a situation in which the price of SLP will surge initially to meet the demands, but then crash back down to normalized SLP. So basically, here is the AXS price prediction from this magazine over the next 4 years. In 2022, they are predicting an AXS price of 200. In 2023, an AXS price of 350. In 2024, an AXS price of 500. And ultimately, they're predicting a $720 AXS in 2025. That is tremendous growth of the main governance token of the ecosystem as predicted by this magazine. That is not the kind of prediction that you give a project that is in any kind of significant danger. Okay, guys, let's not forget Axie AXS was just added to Coinbase. This is very much a blue chip project. So do not take that FUD too seriously, guys. Do not worry. If you were thinking about beginning an Axie breeding farm for the right reasons, then go ahead. Don't worry about short-term FUD. We should never seriously invest in anything for the short term, right? If we're in it just for a quick dollar, then it's gambling, right? If you're into Axie Infinity, if you're creating scholarship programs, if you're doing a breeding farm, you know, you would think you're in it for the long term, and it looks like, guys, long-term Axie Infinity is just fine. Of course, I'm just an amateur. I'm not a professional financial advisor. Do your own research. All this stuff's very risky. All right, guys, I hope you found this video. Everybody chill. Everybody relax. We're going to have some fun with Axie Infinity and play-to-earn blockchain gaming, and we're going to make a killing doing it, right? So if you haven't done it already, please subscribe to the channel, tap that bell, and as always, we'll catch you on the next one.